Good morning, dear students. Here I am back with one another series that is about George Elliot. She was born in the year 1819 and died in the year 1880. So, Victorian novelist George Eliot was born as Mary Ann Evans at Nuneaton in Warwickshire, England in 1819. She was the youngest daughter of Robert Evans, an estate agent for the Earl of Lonsdale, and his second wife, Christina Person Evans. Elliot was unusually educated for a woman of her time. She studied at Miss Latham's school in Attleborough, Mrs. Wellington's school in Nuneaton, and Miss Franklin's school in Coventry. She was forced to leave school at the age of 16 when her mother died in 1836. However, her father indulged her love of learning, purchased books for her, and helped her to learn German and Italian. She also had access to the library of Arbury Hall. After her mother's death, the Elliots shifted to a house near Coventry. The closeness to the Coventry society gave Elliot an opportunity to become part of Coventry's intellectual circle, where she developed acquaintances with a number of free-thinking intellectuals like Charles and Carabday. She also met John Chapman, a publisher and bookseller from London. Now we see literary career and works of George Eliot. Eliot's first work published was a poem published in the Christian Observer in January 1840. Knowing that the shortly I must put off this tabernacle, her first translation, Life of Life of Zeus, was published by Chapman in 1846. After the death of her father in 1849, she moved to London and became assistant editor of the Westminster Review, a liberal periodical. In 1851, she met the philosopher George Henry Lewes. Lewes was already married, but she spent the next 20 years of her life with him. Eliot's brothers, Isaac disowned her due to this relationship. Elliot's rejection of her friends and family over her relationship with Lewis is reflected in her novel The Mill on the Floss. Extremely important है. It was brought in the year 1860. Mary Ann Evans started using the pen name George Eliot in 1856 when she decided to try her hand at writing novels. Adam Bede, 1859, was her first full-length novel, which she described as a country story full of the breath of cows and the scent of the hay. This novel proved to be a success and raised curiosity about the identity of the author. When Anne Evans was revealed to be the author, she was both criticized and praised. Adam Bede was followed by The Lifted Veil in 1859 and her most popular novel, The Mill on the Floss in 1860s. Eliot's other works include Silas Marner 1861, Ramola 1863, Felix Holt 1866, The Spanish Gypsy 1868, Middlemarch 1871-72, The Legends of Jubal and Other Poems 1874, and The Impressions of the of Frastus Church. G. Eliot's works are known for their realism and psychological insight along with her depictions of rural society. The death of Eliot's lifelong partner, Georgie Henry Lewis, after a long illness in 1878 affected her so much that she stopped meeting people. During this time, Eliot met only one person, her business manager, John Cross. Cross, 20 years younger to Eliot, proposed marriage to her 3 times, but with rejection. Eventually, Eliot gave in and married him on 16th May 1880. Eliot died just after 7 months of her marriage on 22nd December 1880. George Eliot is best known for her novels and only has very few stories to her credit. She published a short story, Amos Burton. She also wrote a collection of short stories called Scenes of Clerical Life, 2 volumes of 1858, but her main contribution to literary is her novels only. Major works by George Eliot देख लेते हैं. Adam Bede 1859, The Mill on the Floss 1860, Silas Marner 1861, Ramola 1863, Felix Holt The Radical 1866, Middlemarch 1871-72, Daniel Deronda 1876. पोएट्री में देखेंगे द स्पेनिश जिप्सी ए ड्रामेटिक पोएम 1868, आगाथा 1869, ब्रदर एंड सिस्टर 1869, आर्मागार्ड 1871, द लेजेंड ऑफ जुबाल 1874, एरियन 1874, द माइनर प्रॉफिट 1874, अ कॉलेज ब्रेकफास्ट पार्टी 1879, द डेट ऑफ मॉसेस 1879. सो यहाँ पे डिस्क्रिप्शन कुछ है एडम बेड के बारे में. द मिल ऑन द फ्लोस, लेट अस सी, इट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. It is Eliot's most autobiographical novel. The story of the protagonist, Maggie Taylor, is a partially used based on Eliot's own life, and the characters of Tom is based on Eliot's brother Isaac. Eliot draws her own experiences with a once beloved but rigid and controlling brother, depict the relationship between Maggie and her brother Tim. Silas Marner, रोमोला एंड फेलिक्स हॉल्ट, इनके बारे में डिस्क्रिप्शन है, मैं आपको डिटेल में डिस्क्राइब नहीं करूँगा. इसके साथ इन्होंने 2 और लिखे, मिडिल मार्च एंड डैनियल डेरोंडा. So this was all about the George Eliot. Next thing in the next video. Till then, thank you. Take care. Bye.